everyone, and welcome back to Art a la Carte. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a product review on a LightPad. So let's get started. Now, before I get into this video, I want to go ahead and let you know that this is not a paid or sponsored video, but this company did send me a LightPad to go ahead and review and test out and see how I liked it, and then to be able to give my thoughts and opinions on that. So I'm going to give you what I like about the LightPad and maybe some reservations or concerns that I might have about purchasing. So this is the Parblo LED LightPad, and as you can see, it's a pretty good size. It fits the A4 paper size, and it's really thin, very lightweight, so it's easy to pack around if I need to, and it's small enough to store, which I'll get into a little bit more details in that later on in the video. Now, it's powered through a USB cord, so you can either plug it directly into your computer, or it also comes with an adapter that will allow you to plug it into a US standard plug. So if you live outside of the US, you might need an adapter for the adapter. It had this kind of clear film on it, and at first I kind of was like, oh, it's peeling, but I realized, oh no, it's like the protective sheet that kind of keeps everything crystal perfect mint condition. And so I got to peel that off, which was quite satisfying to peel that off. Now the LightPad itself works awesome. It has beautiful light functions. It has some kind of little foam legs on the back so that it keeps a good grip, so that as you're using it, the LightPad doesn't scooch all around. And then there is a small touch button on the top that activates the LightPad. Now, it has a really cool feature. When you push it, it comes on, and then if you just kind of hold your finger on it, it will change the setting. So it has a lighter setting with a lower light, and it has a more intensive setting as well if you need just a bit more light. So let me go ahead and show you what a LightPad does. So here I have a sketch that I drew many years ago of a mermaid. And so let's say I want to continue on with this, but I don't want to mess up the original sketch. For one, the paper is not that great. It was from a kind of a cheap sketchbook that I had. So I want to transfer this onto some more drawing paper. So I put the original sketch down, and I take the piece of paper that I want to transfer it to, I lay it on top, and I turn on the LightPad. As you can see, the light shines up through, and it makes the paper kind of transparent so that I can see the drawing underneath it, and I can go in and start inking it in or use a pencil to get a more crisp, clear line. And so that's really helpful if you want to transfer your paper over. Another fun thing you can do with a LightPad is to do some simple animation. So here I'm just doing a regular sketch, and then I'll lay another piece of paper over top of it, and I can draw that sketch over again and change a few things just slightly different. And there I go, have a little animation, old school. This is what they used to do before the era of being able to draw digitally. And I think it's fun to still kind of play around with traditional animation, drawing by hand with paper. That's just fun. I also wanted to test to see how thick of paper you can get. The paper I was using before to transfer was just a really thin drawing paper. So I went and got some of my thickest watercolor paper, which is really dense. It's very thick. And I laid it on top. And as you can see, it transfers beautifully over. It's a little bit fuzzy, but not too bad. That's enough that I can definitely see the image underneath it and be able to recreate that onto the watercolor paper. So you can get some really thick paper and still with this LightPad be able to transfer over the image that you want. So along with the LightPad, you also get a smudge guard, which is a glove that fits on your hand and allows you to draw around, and it doesn't smear the lead or ink onto your hand. And you can also use this on your graphics tablet, which I use very well. As you can see, this fits my right hand, but as you know, I'm left-handed. And so I went ahead and tried it on my left hand, and it works perfectly. Fits just exactly the same, except for the logo is on the inside of your wrist instead of the outside of my wrist. It also came with a very cool storage case, very nicely made. It's got some nice padding in there, keeps it very safe. I feel like if I have that in there, I don't need to keep the original box to store this in. I think it would be very safe. It even has little pockets in the back to store extra pencils. So my only concern that I have about this, and I don't know how big of a concern it is, I got this through an Amazon company called Parblo, which has really good reviews, but they do ship out of China, so it takes a little while for the shipment to get there. Now, they do offer tracking, and the tracking worked great from China to the United States. And once it hit the United States, that's the only problem I had. I would check the tracking number, and it just didn't know where it was. And it took a little while for it to get to my house. It did arrive eventually. But when I order something, I really like to know where it is and when it's going to get to my house. But the plus side is that every time I messaged the Parblo company, they were quick within 24 hours to respond back to me. I never felt like they were kind of giving up on this, or that that wasn't important. I felt that they really worked as hard as they could to make sure that I felt comfortable getting it, and checked back with me, and did a lot of research to find out where the package was. I don't know if it got shipped to the wrong side of the United States or what, but it did make it to me. But it is something that I did need to mention to you guys, just in case that would make you nervous. In my last communication, I did share that concern with them, and they said that would be something they would be addressing with their mail carriers to see if that's something they could resolve for future deliveries. But I would be super satisfied with this purchase, especially with the price that it comes with. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box below if you want to go ahead and check out the Amazon site, so that you can find out all the information about this product and how much it costs there, answer all your questions. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me while I did this product review. Hopefully you found it interesting as you are trying to decide on what light box is best for you. If you have specific questions about the Parblo product, I would really encourage you to message them on Amazon. I'm sure they will be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye!